Hi guys, welcome back. It's your girl Yummy.com. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and overall vibing, internet friends. We much appreciate it here at Yummy.com LLC / and possibly in the past incorporated. Who knows? Today I'm here to give you a concert review. I know you love them, I know I love them, and it's a good way for me to write off going to concerts in my taxes. So here we are. I'm drinking because I felt emotional. This concert was a lot for me. I also got my period literally the day of, hours before seeing this person on stage. So it was real fucked up for me in my soul.
So I would say that I'm like in a good mental state right now, but I'm actually just not truly a person. Once I put on my dress, all my problems will go away or something like that.
Anyways, the concert I went to was Miss Sabrina Carpenter.
I'm a homewrecker, I'm a slut. I got death threats filling up semi-trucks. Tell me who I am, guess I don't have a choice. All because I liked a boy. And all of this for what? When everything went down, we don't really know. Tell me who I am, guess I don't have a choice. All because I liked a
And to talk about her and the concert, I'm going to need my handy dandy notebook. Okay. I'm also very excited to talk about my outfit for it, but we'll get to that. First, we will start with some background. For those of you who've been living under a rock for the last couple years, Sabrina Carpenter is a pop girly. She is effectively the Bubbles in this weird trifecta of hyper pop girly summer that happened recently. Like, there's some debate and we'll talk about it later, but she's the unofficial Bubbles in this. I even have a t-shirt to show it. How I know her is from, of course, the way I know most things, from Disney and Nickelodeon. When I was too old, would watch a show called Girl Meets World. It was a spinoff of Boy Meets World, which I loved. Boy Meets World. Sean Hunter was peak boy, peak 90s boy. Okay, Boy Meets World was all about Corey, Topanga, and Sean, their best friend, and the lives that they lived all the way from childhood to college. And their teacher would follow them everywhere, which is more common than you would think because my mom was my school nurse at several different schools. She did, in fact, follow me until she got promoted too high. And then she couldn't. Anyways, when I was entirely too old, I would watch Girl Meets World, and it was starring Rowan Blanchard, who I've talked about on this channel in the Tipsy movie review for Crush.
I did Orange is the New Black. That was the job I did right before Disney Channel. The episode was called Fuck's Giving. I went from raunchy to Disney.
And it was starring, obviously, the titular character, the badass best friend that is known in this dichotomy and dynamic of the triangle, Miss Maya Hart, aka Sabrina Carpenter as we know her.
Hi, I'm Maya. You're really cute. We should hang out sometime. You make me happy. You don't pay enough attention to me. This isn't working out. It's you, not me. We can still be friends. Not really.
She was, I believe, very young. Like, she looked young. She was very young in this role, but she was by far the fan favorite. She was hilarious. She was witty. She was eye-catching from the very beginning. Her first scenes were hilarious. She had this weird love triangle with her best friend, obviously at the time, Rowan Blanchard, and another guy named Lucas. And I was always Team Lucaya because I thought that their bickering was, in fact, love. She would bully this man mercilessly.
You're done, Maya.
What?
I'm taking you out.
You're not my type.
I'll try harder next time.
I will break you.
Well, if that's what makes you happy, then I certainly can't wait for it. Ma'am.
We'd rather argue with each other than save the world. Wah, wah. I want us to have a surprise Sweet 16 party.
Riley, how's it a surprise if we all know about it?
Because we're going to have it now while we're all 15 and you're 24.
And you could not tell me that was not what love was. As a girl who grew up with Helga Pataki as her, full inspiration and like motivation for how love should work, that was absolutely love, and they should have been together. They didn't get together, whatever. We move on.
Why did you do that?
I don't know. I just wanted you to stop. Please don't tell my sister.
You couldn't think of another way to stop me?
Not at the time, no. I'm sorry.
You don't have to be sorry, Huckleberry. Of course I like you. You're a good guy.
The show, cut to black, ends, and she is left with a recording contract with Disney and what to do with her career, and a beautiful, beautiful voice that she didn't get to showcase much on the show anyways.
The man lives by the rules, but all she does is break them. He always keeps his cool. She's the one who shakes him. They call him Bond. Huckleberry Bond.
I'm Bucky McBoing Boing. I got a great-grandson who's a ranger Rick and a hop along and a Sundance too. Everybody!
Gonna dance like a freak on the pier tonight. Sing the wrong words into the mic, 'cause that's just who I am. That's just who I am. I won't care if they laugh at me. If I lose my grip on gravity, I'm doing the best I can.
Much like another artist, but again, that is more so for later, and we digress. With Disney, she made a bunch of albums, and actually, people don't remember, but a lot of her songs were popular. Like Thumbs was very popular.
'Cause that's just the way of the world. It never ends till the end, and then you start again. That's just the way of the world. That's just the way of the world.
And so they keep on twiddling them thumbs. And soon after that, I believe it was after that or before that, I don't know why popped off really. The important thing to remember throughout all of this is that she is still constantly making movies and TV shows. She's touring nonstop and dropping all these albums with Disney, but she still has a bunch of projects, not only with Disney, but outside of it. And she's a very famous actress. We never forget her time and the stint that she did with us in The Hate U Give, being a racist best friend, afraid of a hairbrush.
Are you serious, Haley?
Yes. The officer did see a weapon. He saw a hairbrush. That looked like a weapon. What's this in my hand right now? You gonna tell me that this looks like a weapon? In his hand, yes. What about in my hand? Huh? Huh? Does it look like a weapon? Does it look like a weapon? No! Get on the ground! No! Down on the ground before I shoot you! Don't move! Don't move before I shoot you with it! What the hell did I just say? Don't move! Haley! Look at me and stop crying! That's what it's like!
Then, of course, there was the time she had a quick stint on Quibi. Hilarious.
You get better every time. Every note and every rhyme. Catchier than anything that I've been working on. Vinyl tape of one CD. You're too beautiful to scream, baby.
She was still acting on Disney, where she did Adventures in Babysitting.
See, it all started when our phones made a switch. Lola lied to the parents. She's been a real witch. Kids snuck out, the kitchen caught fire, the car got towed, all because she's a liar.
She was in Emergency, which was one of my favorite Sundance films. And then, of course, Tall Girl, where she was the big little sister.
You're my big little sister.
I guess the one way that I would work to make the world a better place is by using my hotel management skills.
I mean, this one, it's just louder, crueler, makes you believe all your worst fears and insecurities are true. Yes. What? I was afraid this might happen. I prayed it wouldn't, but if only I prayed harder.
So how do I make it stop?
You can't. It's just a horrible part of life that never goes away. Like Maroon 5.
One eternity later.
The latest thing I think I've seen her in, and possibly the last thing, would be that weird Netflix TV show that was starring Jordan Fisher. And literally the only reason why I watched it was because it was starring Jordan Fisher and Sabrina Carpenter.
We are going to watch the new Netflix movie Work It purely for Sabrina Carpenter and Jordan Fisher. Do I need to say any more? You really don't even need to watch it. But I want to make sure my faves eat. So we're streaming.
But she had a dance arc for some reason, which is very interesting, seeing as she's a perfectly wonderful singer and could have made a movie about that. But you know what? No tea, no shade. She did her little thing and she danced her little self. But I genuinely just don't understand why a movie that has the vocals of Jordan Fisher and Sabrina Carpenter are not a musical.
You're good at impersonating someone who cares, and you had me for a minute there. But now I wonder why I let your confusion keep me up at night. I'm so tired. We read every single undertone, and
honestly, I think I would have liked La La Land 1,000% more if it was made with those two. Honestly, someone should call Kenny Ortega and we should remake La La Land with those two.
Who do you think is the greatest director of our time?
Kenny Ortega.
You're such a star. That was the perfect answer. Seriously, end the podcast. We can all go home. Thank you. Clip it. Write it down. My God, I never could have come up with an answer that funny in my life. Brilliant. Just brilliant.
Thank you.
And you're right.
And I'm right.
Gotta keep my head up, getting out of bed, but it's all cheap talk. I've been sleepwalking when I should be sleeping with you.
This is a show with Darren Criss by the director of Clueless. It's got Sabrina Carpenter in it. It's also got Jennifer Coolidge. I was like, why have I never heard of this show? And then I realized it's on Quibi.
But yes, all that is to say, while she is working extra hard and still putting out these movies and TV shows and a plethora of more that I don't even remember, she is touring. Constantly touring, constantly on stage, performing her little butt off, singing covers of Rihanna like her life depends on it. I can't imagine what her savings look like by now. She always had a beautiful voice. She's always had a very R&B voice, if I'm being very honest.
Looking at you got me thinking nonsense. Colors in my stomach when you walk in. When you got your arms around me, oh, it feels so good. Had to hit the octave. Think I got an ex, but I forgot him.
And she's always had that influence in her music. So it is fun to see her evolve and to see her go through possibly like 6 albums now, I believe, and just really become her own, and I love that for her. What I was talking about earlier was a comparison to Miss Ariana Grande that I tend to make. Obviously in her music, I believe she has kind of this hyperpop, I think a lot of the pop girlies tend to focus on a generation or a time period and then just like do it, and I feel like her and Ariana Grande kind of have overlapping time periods, but they have more stuff in common than you would have ever thought. They both were on Disney, Nickelodeon child TV shows. They both played the quirky best friend who was arguably more interesting than the lead. Both of their shows were like canceled or stopped. Obviously, both of these girls went on to have thriving pop careers based off of their current relationships that they were in. So Ariana Grande, I don't know if you remember this, her whole thing of how she became like kind of a bad bitch is because she was dating Mac Miller. You know, she shed her red hair and she started dating a rapper, and Sabrina Carpenter's whole thing is being in love triangles with other Disney and or like youthful memorabilia people. So again, she was famous for her love triangle with Joshua Bassett and Olivia Rodrigo, and now she's also famous for her love triangle with Camila Cabello and Shawn Mendes. In my opinion, a step down from the other two.
Take me to the king.
And ring that bell for more Christian Riz, because on this channel, Christ is risen.
It's just hilarious to me that it seems like Sabrina Carpenter's main reaction to finding out that Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello were back together for like 2 months in 2023 was, oh, but like she wrote a couple songs about it, and now Shawn and Camila are being fucking weird on the internet. Which, can you expect any less from a Leo and a Pisces who dated each other? No. The Leo has to be very cracked to be in a relationship with a Pisces, and a Pisces has to be very rhymes with schmanipulative to be successful at ensnaring a Leo. And like, the songs aren't even giving I want him back, I miss him so much, I'm so sad that he's gone. They're literally giving damn, that's crazy. But Shawn and Camila are both being like, you don't know our love. No, we don't. And I'm really glad, because it seems weird.
On top of that, there's also this formula that these kind of Disney girls go through when they shed their image and join the pop world of adults. Ariana Grande stopped dyeing her hair red and she owned a ponytail. Obviously, it was mostly because her hair was severely damaged from dyeing it red all the time, but that became her signature look. And much so the same happened with Sabrina Carpenter. Honestly, it also happened kind of with Zendaya a little bit. She had this like long, like Casey Undercover, like she was still doing Disney a little bit, so it was a little bit more murky.
That's kind of how I developed my fashion thing, kind of lane outside of, at the time it was Disney Channel. I wanted to kind of figure out how to be my own person outside of it. And we did that by just going to everything. And we looked good.
But like, you know, usually when a girl leaves Disney, they do a full change, do a 180. Hilary Duff will dye her hair. Raven Simone will shave her head. It just depends. And Sabrina Carpenter went full, I'm a slut now. And that's just what she decided. Like, I think we have to think the situation with Joshua Bassett and Olivia Rodrigo, as terrible as it was for her specifically, it was great for Olivia, clearly, and no one gives a fuck about Joshua, so whatever. But for Sabrina, I think it kind of pushed her to embrace this kind of, I don't want to say homewrecker aesthetic, but like this kind of sex kitten aesthetic, like that, like people are calling you a hoe, so you're like, I might as well be a hoe. Like, people are it's easy A when they, like, everyone's thinking that Olive is a hoe, so she wears a scarlet letter and being like, sure, I am a hoe. I am that hoe. Thank you. So it's kind of that. So I think in actuality, like, she did have that kind of like vibe about her ever since she really stopped doing Girl Meets World, even on her TikTok during the pandemic. But like, this kind of elevated it and escalated it, and we appreciate that because it's like kind of who her aesthetic kind of is now.
Rose to become the Bratz doll she is today. Now almost every outfit goes viral and she's a global style icon. It's no coincidence that Sabrina's music has also exploded in popularity this year. Short and Sweet is her 6th studio album, released on August 23rd, and it received 17 times more debut streams than her previous album release. Her music may be the main hero of her success story, but her fashion is the unsung sidekick, especially with how many viral looks she's had.
She just proves that being horny is good for business. Like, she plows through it with all of like the notions and the touches and the nuance. Every pop star has an iconic look, has an aesthetic, has a vibe about them that is easily identifiable. I work in marketing, so like one of the things they will tell you is that if you want to be marketable, if you want to be profitable, you need to have a thing and stick with it.
While music is absolutely the artist's priority, artists are still in the music business, and selling the music is a part of the business. It's a whole lot easier to sell if you have a good brand. Strong branding makes singers stand out from the competition and communicates the music they offer. There's usually the artist's overall brand, and this typically feeds into a specific brand of the album or projects. Her brand is centered around 3 pillars. The first is flirty. Visually, she employs icons like hearts and kisses almost everywhere. The heart aesthetic began during her 2022 album Emails I Can't Send, with hearts on her album artwork, microphone, and stage design. The second pillar of her brand is cheeky. Sabrina is so funny. She does not take herself too seriously at all. She incorporates a lot of her humor by including dirty sayings in her promotional material and merchandise. Lastly, Sabrina's brand is vintage. Short and Sweet is visually inspired by the 50s and 60s. Her teasers play like vintage commercials with game show voiceover and VHS overlays. Her fonts are right out of a 50s newspaper or movie poster. Her stage production incorporates retro influences from the choreo to the clips on screen.
JoJo Siwa blew up because she had JoJo with the Bobo. Hello, hello, hello. Her whole thing came with a marketing campaign, with a thing to sell with it. Obviously, it makes it more strong and a more connected brand. The same thing like I mentioned before with Ariana Grande and her ponytail. Literally, I have and own an Ariana Grande ponytail. Circus, afro. What? Why? Did I even listen to her music that hard? No, but do I own an Ariana Grande ponytail? Hell fucking yes. Beyonce has curated and destroyed the internet with their fucking leotards. Every bitch thinks that they can wear a leotard. Unless you're Beyonce and maybe Haswa from Mamamoo, I don't want to see you in another leotard. But every girl thinks that they can wear a leotard, even Sabrina Carpenter, because Beyonce popularized and legitimized the leotard. Like, she made it her thing. From single ladies on, she was the leotard lady. So you know and you notice. And Chappell Ronan has like curated a very much more closer to my aesthetic, but like drag-esque aesthetic.
My name is Chappell Ronan. I'm your favorite artist. I'm your dream girl's dream girl. And I'm gonna serve exactly what you are. Cut!
We're all born naked, and the rest is drag.
With outlandish kind of like nonsensy, crazy costuming, or just being fucking barefaced in the street in a Wendy's with Crocs. Like, those are, she's like, I'm either here or here, and I appreciate that and I agree with that.
I feel like maybe Chappell Ronan, when she sees a bunch of like sorority girls in her crowd, she's like, fucking bitch.
She's like, damn, these are the people that bullied me in high school.
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
VIP, you think think you're too cool for this.
Because I was like,
next time
yeah,
she
you
should get more deep into it. Sorority girl with the fucking pink hat. I saw you slur someone. You think you're too fucking cool for this. Artists who have fans that are not like their friends, it could not be me. It truly could not be me. Because if I looked in the crowd and it was a bunch of cringies, I'd be like, I'm actually killing myself. You'd have to pay me a lot.
But again, those are very specific aesthetics that are curated to each of these pop stars, and Sabrina Carpenter's aesthetic is no different. She fan made, I think, a like aesthetic board of like what kind of vibes with her, what you should wear to the concert. I think it was. I believe she reposted it as well. But again, it kind of explains her whole aesthetic, everything. Very kind of 50s pinup, like a small kitten heel even when you're home kind of a vibe. Heart-shaped anything, heart-shaped cutouts anywhere, heart-shaped earrings, big bows, frills, just unapologetically croquette, tea party, cutesy vibes is what she gives.
When I first moved to New York and I was totally broke, sometimes I would buy Vogue instead of dinner. I just felt it fed me more.
Sabrina blends modern trends with old Hollywood glamour. She loves playing out that Marilyn Monroe-esque aesthetic with the big curls, red lipstick, and diamonds.
I hate when people say, it's old Hollywood glamour. But this actually is old Hollywood glamour because it's vintage Bob Mackie. And whoever put her in this is a very smart person.
I don't know if Barry and Sabrina are still together, but I remember him saying in an interview that Marilyn Monroe was like his ultimate fantasy, and Girlie was giving just that at the VMAs. Her look had double referencing in it. This is Marilyn infamous Happy Birthday Mr. President dress, and the first reference to this was Madonna at the Oscars in 1991. I'm sure you've seen this iconic picture before, and I think Sabrina knows that she's in her iconic era, so she was like, let me refer to a few other icons.
And this Reddit user, Twink Yoda, by the way, iconic username, says 4 years ago her revival era is coming, and oh, Twink Yoda, if only you knew. Twink Yoda, master of the universe, seer, fortune teller, seer of truths. If only you knew, Twink Yoda, if only you knew.
As opposed to, again, like a Chappell Roan, who gives very much more like queer icon, Lady Gaga, Cyndi Lauper adjacent vibes. And then of course you have like Olivia Rodrigo, who's giving way more like glitter, sparkles, Hayley Williams, baby Taylor Swift vibes. The last thing I'll talk about before we get into actually the concert, I know you're wanting to see the clips, I probably already used some, but you're wanting to see the full stuff. Beautiful, lovely. But the last thing I will talk about is the actual album itself, because it will play into a critique I did, actually my like one and only critique about the concert that I did have. The album itself is so fucking good. It's a really great album. It's very interesting to listen to. It has lots of color, lots of like nuances too. She's hitting so many different genres. She's actually living within kind of this pop, I hesitate to say R&B, but like this pop southern country-ish, like just anything real southern-ish kind of a vibe. Like, so there's a little bit of pop, a little bit of R&B, a little bit of like just grittiness to it. And a lot of bit of country. There's a lot of twangs in there that you really listen to and you hear. Now, because she's in a similar genre, but like she's hitting a lot of subgenres within this. Like she is very country songs. She is very R&B songs, Good Graces. She is very like more synthy pop songs like Juno. You know what I mean? Like she, you know, and then we all know Slim Pickens again, like the country vibe.
The Lord forgot my name. And I'll just be here in the kitchen, serving up something.
So because she has all these different vibes and this album is somehow still cohesive, there is something that is a little bit missing that I didn't realize until I saw the album in person. However, I did mention that the album has inspirations that are obvious. It's mostly for me, like, it's a lot of Shania Twain and a lot of like Christina Aguilera dirty era, not necessarily like the actual sound, but the connotations and like the vibe of the music is very much like, I'm a grown woman now. You saw me when I was on the Making Mouse Club. You saw me when I was doing the Disney thing, and now I'm a grown woman. Those are another 2 pop stars who left Disney and radically changed their image. Literally, like, hello.
What a girl wants, what a girl needs, whatever keeps me in your arms. I'm thanking you for knowing exactly.
I also think it's very funny that her album is called Short and Sweet because she's sweet, Olivia's sour, and apparently Camilla's irrelevant.
I hate to say it, I told you so.
I think one of my favorite things, as opposed to a lot of music now, and honestly, I usually only feel this way about rap, but the lyricism really carries throughout this entire album. I think that it's actually very cute in the way that she portrays things. The way she explains things is very reminiscent of her character Maya Hart, of like this bluntness, this funniness, this Gen Z quirkiness, of like just being fucking honest.
I'm looking for love tonight.
Nice.
Do you have any advice for me
Nope.
as I go into? And
absolutely not.
And that's a wrap.
Please, 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 don't bring me the tears when I just did my makeup so nice.
And it's very, very funny and very, very cute.
Jesus, what's a girl to do? This boy doesn't even know the difference between there and they are. He's naked in my room, missing all the things he's missing. God knows that he isn't living large.
I think that like 80% of the album is like, fuck you for doing me wrong, and then that 20% is like, I think I like you so much I want you to put a baby in me. I think I like you so much I want you to.
I'm not gonna forget about it, but we're gonna forgive because I cannot keep on living with all this rage inside of me.
Now we get to the actual concert. Okay, we're gonna talk about the actual concert. The first thing I want to say is that the audience understood the assignment. Like I said earlier, I know that fan page had put out like a kind of notice of like, oh, like what kind of goes with the aesthetic of what you want to wear. But they were right. Like, it was very cute. Everyone was very cutesy, very mindful, very demure. Lots of lip prints everywhere, which is very fun. Lots of frills. It was just, I love when a full audience understands the vibe. You usually only get that in like K-pop concerts or like, again, Beyonce concerts. They also happen. And I guess like some Taylor Swift concerts. I don't really pay attention to it, but I feel like some Taylor Swift fans are like, I'm wearing a Taylor Swift t-shirt. And then some Taylor Swift fans are like, I gotta dress up as her entire Red album. So I did like that the audience like really understood the assignment, except for the fact that there were very young girls here, and I understand how like the kind of, as a parent, if you're not paying too much attention, like I understand how you can be like, Sabrina Carpenter, okay, that must be like a kid's concert. She was on Disney.
Know why I'm a short stack of pancakes, Huckleberry? Cause I'm a leprechaun.
Everything is pink, frills and bows, like short and sweet. That sounds wholesome enough, but like literally like the show, like she's on a bed, a rotating sex bed, and she's singing about how Barry Keoghan is oversized. Like it's not for kids. There's just a lot more kids than I personally felt comfortable with because of the lyrical content. and just like stuff. And I'm like, do you even know how to spell any of these words, children? But you know what, I digress. If their parents let them go, that's not my business. She is so pretty in real life, and she's also very slim thick. I think that was very crazy to me, because I think we all agreed. We were like, when the camera was on her and you're looking at the screen, she looks like tiny, just like tiny, thin, like tiny white woman. Oh my god. But when you look at her like on screen, like like actually at her, she's like this tiny little dumb thick girl. And I'm like, aren't you the same girl said that won't fit in tiny? Bitch, I'm dumb small.
Do I text him back? It's such a tough call. That won't fit inside me, bro, I'm dumb small. People who hate pride can suck my gov balls.
You are thick, little girl. Oh my gosh. I was like, go ahead with your bad self. Now, one of the first things and the main thing that I really loved about this concert is the aesthetic of it. Like, obviously, like I said, she has a very curated aesthetic, but the entire thing felt like a very beautiful, like, 50s sleepover. Think Grease, but like when they're at that sleepover when Sandy and they're doing, look at me, I'm Sandra D, lousy with virginity, won't go to bed till I'm legally wed, I can't, I'm Sandra D. Get your filthy paws off my silky drawers. It's giving that. It's giving as if she was both Sandra D and Rizzo, which is crazy.
You're making fun of me, Riz? Some people are so touchy.
But it was so, I love that aesthetic because it lends to the storytelling, it lends to the narrative, it lends to the beauty and the experience of going to the concert. It's not just standing in a room and listening to someone speak and sing. It's a story that is unfolding before you. I think I've mentioned how much I love that in like the Florence and the Machine concert video where I talked about it. About it with the Umi concert. I love when there's a full story. A lot of like boy group K-pop concerts will do it. I think like Stray Kids will do it. I think ATEEZ also does it, but I didn't go to ATEEZ, so I don't know.
Okay, nice Coachella! This is more like it. All my spectacles. Before we hit it. Oh, thank you. Cheers, mate! Arriba! Abajo! Ascendo! Potato!
A lot of boy groups will do it in K-pop as well, have like a storyline throughout the concert, and I think that is radically underused and so amazing and so fun. Not necessary for every concert. Like, I've gone to Hosier concerts where I'm like, I just want him to stand there, stare into my soul, and sing to me like a wood nymph. But when you do have that vision for it, it just adds an extra layer of like feeling the experience of this concert ticket. Songs again have that same similar vibe, and even when she was singing songs that were on her old album like Feather and what's that, Fast Times and Decode, like it's still, she picked songs that were her big hits but also very much still fit in this like vibe of very sexually active 50s teenager.
It's just getting more.
You wrote on this plate and it just says, please, 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 let me get a taste of what? Respectfully, no, but I love you. I think you're so pretty.
I will also say that I have two favorite songs off this new album. It is Juno. I've made an edit of S-Scoops of it because, again, beautiful, love it.
This one? You make me wanna make you fall in love.
But it is also Good Graces. Oh, and Coincidence. I think those three are my favorite songs. I think they're very funny. I think they're very cute.
Without her even being here, she's back in your life. Now she's in the same damn city on the same damn night. You
Now, my friend had literally did not like those songs. Those are like, I don't know about Good Graces, but I know Coincidence and Juno she was not a huge fan of, and those are two of my favorites, and she came out of the concert like those songs were meant to be performed live because they are so beautiful and amazing. And I was not a big fan of Bedchem, honestly, because I just don't like the rhyme scheme of it. But when I saw her perform it, it changed my mind. I think that Sabrina Carpenter, one thing I can say about her is that she's a performer that will change every notion of how you think a song should go. She's very good at meticulously crafting a vibe for a moment and a time and make you feel like it's just her and you in the room. It's very beautiful that she can do that. outfit, before I go on to like any critiques, my outfit was based off of Please Please Please. I basically had a fur coat that was multicolored. I know hers is singular colored, but I only had a multicolored one, and I wasn't gonna buy another fur coat just for this. So I just like, I did that. I did like little shorts, stockings. I had I know she wears a regular t-shirt in the Please Please music video, but I saw this crystal heart cut out t-shirt that I was like, I can't miss on that. Had like heart earrings, heart necklace, like really trying to embody this cutesy vibe.
Don't bring me to tears when I just did my makeup so nice. Heartbreak is one thing, my ego's another. I beg you don't embarrass me, motherfucker.
Of like a renegade woman from Please Please Please. I even have the sunglasses from that first scene, which is my favorite outfit actually in that video. Now, with all that being said, I do have critiques, complaints a little bit. Obviously, nothing is a perfect situation. I like to look on the bright side, but nothing is a perfect situation. I undoubtedly, unconsciously compared her to the other white women I have seen in concert. So that means like JoJo and Renee Rapp.
But baby, it's not that easy. You treated me so much better than him. And if I was sane, there'd be no competition. But I'm in love. I'm pulling up the heat, yeah. I ain't even got the mind to triple, yeah. New phone, brand new, like the way. Rock it up, no assist. Baby, shine and rain. Wake up, need a sip, Hennessy, take a sip. Look at my jeans, I'm too thick. Now you got no flag is. Don't forget to come and pick up your.
We always seem to fight. He ain't got the perfect body. And sometimes he don't even treat me right. Oh, but we're not with him. But we're not with him. Hey, we're not with him. Can't nobody else like me. Oh, and I'm so sorry, baby, that I had to do this to you. But I keep on pretending, 'cause I love him. I love him.
I have been physically, my spirit moved at those concerts, and I don't know why I hold like Sabrina and Renee Rapp on like the same level.
March 11th, 2020, Sabrina makes her Broadway debut as Katie Heron in Mean Girls the Musical.
Katie Heron sings Stupid with Love, but I can get it. Watch this girl self-educate. It's so much. That's so opposite of Stupid Boy Think That I Need Him, though. I only got to play Katie Heron for 2 shows on Mean Girls on Broadway, but it was so much fun.
I love this because also the person who's playing Regina George at the time is Jimmy Award winner Renee Rapp.
Me all trapped in this fabulous show. You can set me free, but if you're going, go.
So it's really the pop girls of yore, well, of today, not yore, the pop girls of today as the theater kids of yore.
Not too much on the theater kids. Not too much on the theater kids. Relax.
Especially because I was talking about earlier the pop girly debate of the summer.
World of pop has been popping lately, especially for the gays and the theys and the hot, beautiful, sexy, intelligent, amazing women.
Olivia Rodriguez, a little Mexican girl, they be crying. 0 out of 10.
A lot of people were upset, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I like that you're admitting. Like, it's
I love
nice
it.
in this day and age for you not to, like, backpedal and say, I meant no offense. You're just leaning in and being like...
I see Cillian Murphy, I'm probably gonna leave the party. I'm probably just gonna leave with him. I'm not gonna leave with him. I'm just gonna leave at the same time as him so I can see where he lives. So I can, like, follow his car.
Sing it!
she plays Hot to Go. This is an Olivia Rodrigo concert, bitch.
Intense urge to impress these women. I want them to like me so bad.
Because a lot of people all agree that Chapel Ronan is the blossom of the power pop girls. But the question is, who's the Bubbles and who's the Buttercup? For Bubbles, most people agree it's Sabrina. She has the cute girl aesthetic. She is light, bubbly, fun, adorable. Blue eyes, blonde hair, wears blue a lot and bows. How do you not see it?
Oh, Bubbles, have mercy.
Mercy is for the weak.
But some people will also throw in Renee Rapp's hat into the ring, which I say you're wrong, because Renee Rapp is clearly Mojo Jojo and or him. Duh. She's the supervillain. She's almost always defeated, but she always comes back stronger than ever. And so, duh. But also, I think people just do it because she's blonde. But I'm like, she doesn't have a feminine aesthetic super anyways, so it's just, it doesn't really fit. For the Buttercup, a lot of people debate, is it Charlie? Is it Billy? Is it Cole? Is it me? I was gonna rap J. Cole's verse from First Person Shooter, and I thought better of myself.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice. These were the ingredients chosen to create the perfect little girl. But Professor Utonium accidentally added an extra ingredient to the concoction, Chemical X.
Like a fever, like I'm burning alive, like a sun. It's just your culture, and everyone rolls their eyes. Yeah, I know. All I'm asking, baby, please, 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 don't prove I'm right. Red, white, supernova, fall right into me. Eyes out, careless, generous stone.
But like I said, I have to compare her to the other white women that I put her on the level of. I don't know why. And it made me, again, mention something that I mentioned earlier, which is like pop something up about the album. I think for the last couple songs, the last tracks, she did like full live Sabrina things that I was expecting, hitting all of her notes, doing all the runs and stuff. I think that I'm always a person who I'm like, I give graces. Like, people shit on the Seraphim, but I'm like, I give grace to people who are doing choreo and singing at the same time. I can't do either one of those things, let alone at the same time. So of course I give grace. And I know she has like kind of a little bit of choreo. She's very cute choreo with espresso. I love this. And then she does a lot of like leg stuff, but she's not doing enough choreo for me to justify her not singing. Taste has some crazy notes that she could have hit, but she really kind of didn't. She shied away from them. And obviously, yeah, she's a full tour to do. She has to reserve her voice. Obviously, it makes sense. But it's just like, there's some songs where I'm like, the back notes, the ad-libs are what really brought the song to life. And those songs didn't literally, like the only ones that really were brought to life in that way, I feel like Lie to Me was brought to life that way.
I've never seen nothing true that I can't bend. There's something that looks better. I'm stupid but I'm clever. Yeah, I can make my shit show up a whole lot like forever and ever. You don't have to lie to girls. If they like you, they'll just lie to themselves. Like you, they'll just lie to themselves.
Please, 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 because obviously you can't do that any other way. I believe Espresso and Don't Smile also like kind of had that vibe, but those are also because those are the last songs. So it's like she's like, I can blow my voice out, I got a couple days to rest, whatever. So it kind of felt like that. So I will say that in comparison, I think, and that's also because of the album as well. The album is so stylistic in the way that it's made. It's so lyrically focused and stylistic and smart and funny and witty that it's not necessarily the greatest showcase of what her vocals can do.
Wanted Thin Mints and you said you knew a guy. You showed up with a boombox and stars in your eyes. Who knew cuddling on trampolines could be so reckless? We bonded over black-eyed peas and complicated exes. Fell so deeply into it, it was all so innocent. Now I'm a home wrecker, I'm a slut.
So as opposed to me listening to Renee rap Take Me to Church, I'm listening to Sabrina be cheeky and cute, and she really does embody that really well, but it's just like, it's not, when I want a pop diva, I want her to blow. It's just my natural instinct, and I think that's also just me.
Got me out here crying out loud, especially when the sun go down. Hit me when the sun go down.
that's just a me complaint. Again, I don't think that like she's a bad singer. I don't think that she wasn't singing at all. I just would have loved to hear more of her like vocals that I know that she has locked and tucked within her. And the only other thing I had to say was that there was no nonsense outro, which is a good and bad thing. I'm like, I honestly feel bad for her because how many more of those could she really fucking do, especially in cities she's already been in? Like,
I've written my best material for you when I was here the last time. Don't fucking ask me for more.
So I get that, but also it was just a little bit disappointing to like have it cut out and there be no nonsense outro.
Clark is everybody's favorite dick type. Make a toast to everyone you dislike. Balls are dropping everywhere at midnight.
With all that being said, I highly recommend the concert. It was a great experience. It was beautiful. The aesthetics of it were beautiful. I kind of wish I had like a little bit of a better seat, but it's fine. Just being in the building had vibes. None of them, but if you want to get merch, just buy it online. The lines are too long and none of the stuff you actually want is there. It's just this, like, it's the regular stuff. It's not like the panties that she has for sale or the cute heart-shaped tote bag that I really fucking wanted or the cropped short and sweet racer soccer jersey. Like, those cute stuff, those are not there. It's just regular stuff. So that is also to be prepared for yourself. For those of you who have tickets to see this concert and are seeing this before then you have an idea, you know what to do. It's a great time. Have a blast. Like, make sure you are having fun. And also, the record value on her concert is great. I would say, like, if they don't put this out as a concert film, I don't know what they're really doing. I think it's really stupid. But also, like, I don't always encourage like filming, but like I would encourage filming because I rewatched these videos and they hit me different and even better later. So that is to say.
Good-looking people too. Sometimes I'm out here, I'm just like, the genetics, they're just so, Some of you guys like did your makeup and your nails, and some of you guys just came not dressed up, but you traveled so far. You took a plane, or you took a train, or you took a car, or you took a speedo, e-bike, line. What do you guys have, city bike?
You can be louder, Brooklyn. Come on. Show me what you got. Let's try it one more time.
A little pitchy that time, a little pitchy. So I'm gonna make you do it one more time. Let's be on pitch.
If you don't want me, I'll just take you back.
I highly recommend the concert. I think it was beautiful. I think it was amazing. And I think that Sabrina, friend to K-pop.
Around the clock, I'm talking home, nobody knocks. I'm talking opposite of soft. I'm talking wild, wild thoughts. You gotta keep up with me. I got some young energy. I got the LOVE. How do you do this to me?
알죠. 아는 사람이 있나? 이렇게 와가지고 이렇게 보여줘. 겁나 예뻐. 그리고 하고
이렇게 ปุ๊ 마이크가 안 나와가지고 이렇게 하는데
I really do appreciate, you know, how much fun I have when I listen to K-pop, but I mean, so many different artists I'm a huge fan of. And more than that, like, they're just impressive. They're some of the most, like, talented people I've ever met.
Expecting someone else?
Guys, we should probably talk about the political and economical state of the world right now. I'm not singing the Christmas version.
And the song that actually inspired this list is a remix to a regular song made by Girl Meets World herself, Sabrina Carpenter, from her emails I couldn't send to her. She has a song that's very popular called Nonsense. I, however, got into Nonsense because of the Nonsense Christmas version, playing some here. Hope she doesn't copyright me.
Think I only want you under my mistletoe. I might change your contact, it has a huge North Pole. You said you like my stockings better on the floor. Boy, I've been a bad girl, I guess I'm getting cold. Let me come warm you up, you've been out in the snow. Baby, my tongue goes numb, sounds like ho ho ho. I don't want Santa's elves underneath this old tree. Here's a little carol I wrote, it's about you and me. You're my wish list, looking at you got me thinking Christmas.
No, I hate that. Wait.
So of course that song is hilarious to me because what's better than a slutty Christmas?
Like, it is turning me into something.
Yeah.
A vibe.
Icon of horny, which is possibly the most fucking hilarious thing she did, by the way, is have a giant bed lifted in the air, heart-shaped, scream "I'm so fucking horny" on her knees, and then have the words "horny" appear in starlight. Hilarious. Freak nasty. Miss Sabrina, the carp. Jesus was a carpenter himself. Lighter than a feather, stiffer than a board. Lighter than a feather gets him stiffer than a board. Miss Sabrina, you did your damn thing. You sang, you put on a show. Whoever did the production of the show was very beautiful. Again, I reminisce it to like an Umi, maybe a Jackson Wang concert that I went to was really good, or a Florence and the Machine, something that has plot, storyline, visuals, giving us everything. Playing a Leonard Cohen or Kogan, whatever fucking that guy's name is, interview before coming out in a full dressed and doing Dumb and Poetic, which was iconic. Like her coming out and doing Dumb and Poetic, iconic. Hilarious. She's hilarious. She's funny. I highly recommend the concert. Go, 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 go. If you can get a ticket, because it was very hard to get mine, so. With that being said, I'm Yummy.com. Thank you for watching, internet friends. Don't worry, I'll be back, so stay tuned.